Okay, hi everybody. I'm Bob, a compulsive overeater, and I'm an alcoholic, and I want people to like me. I got a great topic today. Wow, this is, it's sort of a continuation of last week. It's pretty amazing, and we realized where the problem was last week. We thought about it, and we discussed it, and we had a great thing, and the chapter we read was acceptance was the answer. The acceptance was the answer. It's interesting. The title of a chapter alone can tell you everything you want to know, right? So they have a book called, New Pair of Glasses. The guy, you don't have to really read the book. It tells you need that new perception on life, right? Drop the Rock, right? That's another book. You could read the whole book, but the title alone tells you what to do. Just surrender and let go. Acceptance was the answer. That's the chapter we're on, and we read on page 417, when I stopped living in the problem and began living in the answer. Go to your big book on page 417, and it tells us right there. Living in the answer, the problem went away. Wow. I mean, it's every page. I mean, every time you read these things, I mean, I read it 100 times, but really now it started to make sense to me here. It's telling me when I stopped living in the problem and began living in the answer, the problem went away. And listen, this is the whole thing with this whole thing. The reason is because our problems, 95% of them really aren't true or real. They're all a conglomeration of the way we were brought up. We were told to, be successful. We had all these crazy things people told us to do in life. So we conjured up in our mind all of these things and these problems that come along. I love this saying. Here's one for you. Listen to this one. Worrying works because 95% of the things we worry about never happen. And you want to know something? The 5% that do happen, we're fretting over them. When they do happen, they're not so terrible. But when we do this work and we get out of the self, even our own death, we start to accept, right? Because what is all of these problems? It's due to the self, the ego. It's all related to selfishness, self-centeredness, and the ego. And last time we went through, we started this acceptance is the answer, this chapter here. But what you're really this is going to be the big game changer for everybody. We're going to read what's called, I don't know how many of you heard of this, it's called the sick man prayer. It's on page 60. The bottom of 66 into 67. It's totally amazing. Look, I tell you, I can have a resentment towards somebody. I used to, look, it was like this. Before I came in the program, I wondered why I was so depressed and upset and anxious about life. Restless, irritable, and discontent, as they say. I wondered why I was that way. But I wouldn't accept people. I wanted to control them. And here we're going to have a reading about this. And it's going to be it really is transformation and life changing. This whole steps in this whole program, step 12 talks about that spiritual awakening. So if you have any resentment, if you're depressed, if you're upset right now, I'm telling you, you might have gone to 1,000 meetings, sponsored 1,000 people, whatever it was, talked to 1 million people about your problems. But if you bring this into your heart, not intellectualize it, for the first time we'll have. And all the time we talk about our motto here is turn the light switch on. Now we definitely could do it by the end of this meeting. I'm telling you, if you just decide you want to let it go and it's through, and I have here the steps, right? So step 1 said we were powerless, right? And then we go on from there. So the whole key to this whole program is letting go and getting out of the self. I'm going to give away the secret right now. So but you know what? We have to hear it 1,000,000 times. We have to have a book 600 pages. I had to have shelves full of self-help books to figure this out. But step 1 told me I couldn't. So how many people said, look, I did the steps 10 times, 100 times. But when I hear them talk or share, did they really do step 1? They're talking about the problem they're having with the clerk in the store, somebody cut them off on the highway, with their family, with their relatives, whatever. And I say, well, step 1 said we admitted we were powerless. So what's the point of trying to figure it out, analyzing it with this intellect of ours? The intellect is there, but we misuse it. God gave us this beautiful ability to think on a higher level. Hey, look, when we were children, we didn't have that ability so evolved yet. So we were happy every day. We were great to go outside. When a puppy dog or, every day they say is the happiest day of its life. Why? It doesn't have this intellect, this thinking. I heard a meeting the other day, somebody said stinking thinking, right? So, but I don't have to go around trying not to think. The whole premise of this whole thing is step 1 says it all. I had to admit I was powerless, that I couldn't do anything about it. Step 2 came to believe a power greater than myself. Hey, look, this whole business with this higher power stuff, people come in, they have all kinds of, problems and issues. But I heard, it said, so long as it's not me. Look, there are two sides to us. There's the human side, right? The ego, which trying to go along and trying to do better. Hey, let's face it, this society, this crazy, crazy society we grew up in, it's all about materialism, doing better, more money, more success. And then we wonder why we're so depressed, it's called the jumping off point in life, So it's that surrender. I'm getting off the thing here, but it's acceptance is the answer. I don't know how much more we have to say here. Maybe the meeting could be over right now. Maybe right now. You don't have to wait. Yeah, I hear people say I had to wait 5-10 years to do these steps, to have that, to get my marbles together. I don't know. They say all kinds of things. This being reborn, it talks about Bill, right? Bill and his friend Ebby, they had that spiritual awakening. Bill had it all of a sudden that he realized and transformed his thinking, getting out of the old self. Knowing the truth. Hey, the truth will set you free, right? So there you go. Look, it all has to do, and it talks about in page 63, before the third step prayer, about being reborn, right? Reborn in thinking. The old thinking didn't work. And the topic I have here is, who's the problem? I always thought everybody else in my life, I always thought they were toxic. I used to go around and say, that person's toxic. I'm going to have to set a boundary. Look, a lot of people may not agree with you with this, but it turns out that in all those cases, I was a toxic one. So you're going to say to me, well, look, the other person did this, they did that. No matter what they did, it was my reaction to it. I only can accept their hate, their greed, whatever it is. Hey, first of all, hurt people. So they're not doing too well. They're spiritually sick. That's what we're going to read, the sick man prayer. And you're really going to, if you didn't have that transformation from what I said so far, we'll read page 66. And to top it off, we're going to read page 552, praying for that person. This whole revelation, this whole changing and thinking is just so possible. It's so, it's just that it's a very, very simple program. Very, very simple. We take it upon ourselves, and like everything else in life, we have to complicate it. It can't be that easy. We got to analyze it, figure it out, go into the past. I always spend my day planning my past. Come on. Or how about regretting the future? This whole program is about being in the present. Oh, so I was saying anyway, we have two sides to us. One is a spiritual side, right? That's how we were created. Look. We were created, our bodies are perfect. Look, we have this functioning body and everything in the universe, all is in sync, right? We weren't created to be upset and depressed and all of these things. We were created to be happy, joyous, and free. So there we go. When we get transformed and we have that transformation, and it's like an airplane riding over all the problems are down here, and we're just going over above all of these problems and enjoying life and being blissful and happy. But no, we take it upon ourselves to direct. We're going to, if we get to it, we'll read about being the director. Like it says here, Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage, and we want to be the chief critic. That's on page 417, right below the Serenity Prayer.